Want to learn how to resize your social media designs for multiple platforms? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily do that with one click. Plus, I'm going to talk a little bit about the design size limits that you should bear in mind if you're going to also resize for other platforms outside of social media. Let's jump right into it. So resize is possibly one of the easiest thing anyone can do in Canva, especially when you have the resize tool, which is or feature, which is available with Canva Pro. But then there are some things that you need to bear in mind, especially when resizing designs and size limits, right? Or pretty much design size limits, right? And so pretty much I'm going to show you how I easily utilize this tool to resize. So I just create one graphic and easily resize it for various platforms. This tool feature really saves me a lot of time, and I'm sure you know that it can save you a lot of time, right? So here I created, so initially this was created as an email banner, and then I resized it to be a Facebook cover, right? And so one of the things I love about Canva, and that is very useful, is that once you're going to resize, you have all these various platforms or formats that you can just easily click and resize. So this is pretty good, right? But what if you want to resize it into a dimension or a format that is not listed here? So maybe it's not for Instagram story or Instagram post or a presentation or whatever it is, right? So I'm going to talk about how big or how small you can resize your designs. So the minimum dimensions that you can resize your graphic to or your design to is 40 by 40, right? And that's 40 by 40 in terms of pixels. And I'm going to quickly select copy and resize, and you'll see what that looks like, right? And once I do that, you can see how small it is. And this is really small. So that means I would have to naturally just rearrange my elements as well as possibly, do a slight design change and also make probably the graphic a bit smaller or larger depending, right? So this is the smallest you can resize your graphic to in Canva. And as you see here, I'm quickly doing some adjustments in terms of layout, right? And it's essential for you to always know what type of platform you're working with, what is required of you, and that will help you to make a smart decision when you're resizing your graphic, right? So I've pretty much made this resize design. And as I said, this is the smallest you can do. One of the key things when you're resizing is just to ensure that you label or just name your file correctly in a format where you can easily find it. So I'm going to choose and write 40 by 40 Carey Digital design assets, right? So this will help me to easily find this design when I need to come back to it. Another way I can just easily ensure that I find this design in the future is to go to file and save it to a folder. And there are many folders here that I already have, but I can also go ahead and create a new folder. And in this case, I'm going to call it working copy resize designs, right? And that's just it for me, right? So that's the minimum in terms of dimensions. Now I'm going to show you how to do or create a maximum resize dimension. And the maximum size dimension you can do is 8,000 pixels by 3,125 pixels. Again, this is important for you to bear in mind because one of the things with Canva is that not only can you design your graphics for digital format, but it's also good for print format. And so you have to just bear these things in mind and the purpose again for which it will be utilized. And of course, once you resize it from a small scale to a large scale design, again, chances are, and more than likely, you will just have to reposition your graphics. And of course, when it's on a larger scale design, you will, more than likely include more elements, probably more text. Maybe you'll make the logo larger and that kind of thing. So in this case, I would include like a text box, right? And you'd realize like a size 18 font on this very large scale design is really small. So I would go in and change the text size, right? And of course, I would change the name of my file. Right. So I'm going to go in and just quickly, find one of the previous designs I had and do a quick, you know, what I call it, importing of text instead of creating from scratch, right? And that's something you want to ensure that you leverage, especially when you have a Canva Pro, right? So I have my logo here, I have my text here. I can make my image larger, you know, and I can reposition it as I like, right? So these are some things that you can do with resizing. It helps you to save a lot of time. But again, because we take it for granted that it can easily be done, sometimes we overlook and don't do some of the necessary things to make our design not only visually appealing, but in the right format, right? So this is something that is a very quick tutorial, but it's also a necessary tutorial, and I enjoy like just sharing with you how you can best utilize Canva for your design needs. I'm going to do one quick thing, right? And I'm going to show you how, if you don't know already, how you can select multiple um design formats, and which will resize it in just a click, right? So I'm going to select Facebook cover, Instagram square, and I'm going to choose Instagram story, and I'm going to look for someone other thing, probably LinkedIn. So if you are working with social media, and like I said, you create one graphic, the message is the same, everything is the same, and you just pretty much want it for different formats, you can just go in, select the resize icon, select the multiple formats, and then you're going to select all of them, and it's going to pretty much select copy and resize, and just like that, it resizes for all the different platforms, and then you just go in and make the necessary adjustments as needed. Yes, guys, it's that simple. If you liked this quick and easy tutorial on how to resize your designs in Canva, I'd love and appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. And if you also like what I'm doing, you can also subscribe to my channel at Carey Digital. And I enjoy just creating Canva tutorials to help entrepreneurs build a profitable online presence and monetize their skills so that they can achieve flexibility and financial freedom. So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.